Hello and welcome. My name's Super Saiyan and this is your weekly news and pre-order video covering all of the new releases from Forge World and Games Workshop. This is going to be a pretty long video this weekend because we've had the Warhammer Fest. I didn't attend, but there's a lot of previews and announcements for us to get through. So let's get into it. If you want to support the channel, you can obviously subscribe to the channel and follow the affiliate link in the description to buy all of your miniatures, and then it tells Element Games that you've basically found them through me. If you want to go one step further, I do have a Patreon, so you can support the channel that way, and quite a small channel, so every little helps. Let's jump on over to the community website already, and we'll go through all of these new things. So from a week ago, so the 4th, there was the next weekend Warhammer Fest. Obviously that's this weekend. They had some pictures from previous Warhammer Fests. There was the Night Haunter, Inferno and more. You could pre-order the Loom Curse. I went through those pre-orders, and then this weekend you can pre-order Kill Team Elites. You've got a fair few boxes, however only 3 of them were shown here. Coming soon for Forge World, there was Foliage and Fest. There was a Horror Week, there was a Rumour Engine with some kind of scythe weapon, Apocrypha, Necromundus Bad Zones. There were really cool Kill Team Elites faction focuses. First was the Xenos, which looked at Eldar, and it went through a load of rules, the Drakari, Necrons, Orcs, so on. There was an Angels of Death update, the Story Forge. This looked really interesting. You've got the whole 5 episodes done apparently. Another Kill Team Elite focus with Chaos factions, which included like the new Terminators and the Death Guard. And then there was a really cool announcement with Space Marine Heroes Series 3 coming soon, which had brilliantly some new Death Guard models. So if you don't know what Space Marine Heroes is, I mean, should it really be called Space Marine Heroes now, as it has Traitor Space Marines in it? But still, I'm so pleased that they're coming out with new Death Guard models again. It says it's initially set for release in Japan. You've got a range of new Death Guard miniatures, and I think they look really awesome. Again, I'm not too sure about the honey from this guy, but still. And then Series 2, the Blood Angels Terminators, they'll be available soon. Basically, if you don't know what they are, they're kind of like blind buy boxes. I think each one will cost you £5, and you don't know which model you're going to get. It's very popular in Japan, and that's one of the reasons why they released these series there first. I got most of the Space Marine Heroes Series 1, and I'll definitely try and pick up Series 2, and then consequently Series 3 when they come out here. There was a really cool Regimental Standard, some Tactica on the Demons of Slaanesh, a late bloom for the Sylvaneth, talking about the Battle Tome that's going to be coming out. There's a Middle Earth blog, Clash of Heroes returns, Kill Team Elites Imperium factions focus, and then Forge World pre-orders Death from Above and Death from Below in the form of the Mechanicum Ordinatus Aktaeus and the Legion Drop Pod. Finally, that's available. That was all sold out on the Friday before the Horus Heresy weekender in February, so a bit gutted about that, but one of those will cost you 65, and then the Ordinatus is about 325, I think, but we'll have a look at that in a moment. There was a Tales of Forbidden Power Sacristy, and then Bandai and Warhammer Our Powers combined. Basically, if you've ever dreamed of owning a 40k action figure, well, there you go, they've teamed up, and that's what they're doing. Then Siege of Terror starts here. You could pre-order the Solar War. That was available, I think, a couple of months ago in the, I say limited edition. It's like the collector's edition, I want to say, because this is the hardback version, and this one is £20. So they've gone from charging you, 15, 16 to 18, and now it's just a solid £20 for a hardback novel. I think, clearly the Horus Heresy has been a success, and the novels have been a success. The million they're bestsellers, but as a result of that, the little price increases, and then Kill Team Elites pre-orders are live, so you can pre-order all of these and this Sancta Sanctoris, which looks pretty cool. These are your box sets off pre-order, so you've got the Orc flash gits, you've got the Death Guard, Blight Lord Terminators, and then you've got the Thousand Suns Terminators and a load of Funko Pop Space Marine figures. The main focus of this video though is the Warhammer Fest UK 2019 live blog. I didn't go because I knew Games Workshop and the Warhammer community would do this. Only go if you want to see things in person and maybe get a couple of things a little bit early, but they will always do this from now on. They'll put all of the the reveals and things on the website. So if we start from the very start of the day, which was right here, it shows them unpacking a load of boxes, the Funko Pop miniatures. I don't know how successful they've been. That'd be nice to see the sales figures on them. A couple of pictures of outside the Rickard Arena in Coventry. I did go last year, decided not to go this year. Then they had a couple of silhouettes of the models that they'll be releasing some information in later in the day. And then it kicked off really with this new contrast paint. It'll be hitting the shelves in June, so you don't have that long to wait. And here are all the colours. You've got everything here from Militarum green to Nazdreg yellow, the Ultramarines blue, which is probably going to be quite popular, and Blood Angels red as well. And then you've even got a white and a black. So I might just do that because it's if you think that you're going to have to still spray your miniatures, look, so you're still going to have to spray them and then paint this on, and then put the base on. But the thing is, you're still going to have to paint all the details and things. So all it does is it just removes you painting your base coat and then shading it, and I'd probably say highlighting it a little bit. It looks like it gives you a bit of highlighting, so it highlights and shades the model, but shading is so damn easy. It's just highlighting it that's a bit tricky, but we'll see. Obviously, people that have gone to the event today, please put your comments below, that would be great. And we'll see. It'd be great to hear your feedback on your hands-on with it. Then they had a little picture, I say a little picture, of the Solar War. You could pick that up today. Also, more pictures of the Funko Pop. People in line. I don't know what they're in line to buy or to look at, but there you go. It says, event exclusives. And then some more people using the new contrast colours. Here's a closer picture. I can't really zoom in that far. With these contrast paints, so that's interesting. Then we had a look at the new Sisters of Battle, and you can get that model ahead of the full release. Lots of detail, looks fantastic. Really like where they've gone with that. And then they released, and then they've announced new Codex Chaos Knights. Very interested in this. Looks like they're only releasing one Chaos Knight kit though. From here, it's just going to be one, and you're going to be able to build both of these in this kit. And I would have thought that the spiky parts and bits and things and heraldry you can put on your other knights, because I looked at this trailer here and it just shows the armiger and the Castellan knights with the parts from this new Chaos Knight kit. So it's just so my first impressions is it's going to be one kit and the codex, and all the other knights in there are just going to be kind of kit bashed from some of these pieces. Still pretty cool. It's nice actually that Chaos are going to get their own Knight Codex as well. Then I don't even know what this is, but it's the new Cult Mechanicus transport called the Scorpius Dune Rider. Basically you can have your Mechanicum as mobile infantry now. It definitely looks a lot like those landing craft from World War II. You can also equip it as a Scorpius Disintegrator, which has this ridiculous cannon on there as well. So I'm on the fence of this. I mean, yes, I kind of get that it works, but it looks like it's kind of like a hover tank. I mean, it doesn't say anything on there about it being a hover tank, but it's got these jets at the back, these turbofans. I mean, there's no anti-grav technology there, also it looks like. It's just really strange looking. Maybe I'm just used to the kind of like insectoid, spidery type vehicles that, or walkers even, that Mechanicum have put out, or even tread vehicles like the Macrokid Explorer. Anyway, then, as surprising as it sounds, they've then released a brand new. I say brand new. It's not brand new. It's the same Primaris Repulsor, but with two different guns in there. It looks pretty different in that it doesn't have the side weapons, and it's got something at the back, like some kind of twin heavy stubbers. It is a transport, but it's got this big old heavy laser destroyer on there. Bit like a las cannon, but yeah, beefier, and also it's got that macro plasma incinerator, which I think is the same weapon on the Dreadnought, Primaris Dreadnought. It is the same weapon that's mounted on the Primaris Redemptor Dreadnought. So it looks like a similar kit to the Repulsor. I don't know whether it's shorter in length, but it's got that big laser cannon or the big plasma cannon. It just hasn't got that extra kind of onslaught Gatling cannon. It looks like it's only got that heavy stubber as one of the pintle weapons. They haven't shown it with a different pintle weapon. So did we really need that? I mean, you know, basically the same Repulsor again, but with, you know, beefier weapons. You know, it would have been nice if we can put Primaris in normal sort of transport tanks like a Land Raider, or you can just put normal Space Marines in this one. That would be great too. But no, they've just brought out a new Repulsor. Interesting times. Then you can join them in a record-breaking game of Warhammer 40,000 in August. So all I need to do is just paint my entire force, and then I think the record will be broken. Yeah, they announced this apocalypse, but it looks like they've got loads of cards, loads of dice, a field manual. Not much is shown in the trailer other than like some of the unit movement trays. Yeah. Maybe you guys had more of a look at it at the event. Anyway, then they showed some awesome looking chaos models, some demons of the Runestorm. I'm not a huge fan of the painting for these, this two-tone colour. It's very odd that they've gone this way, rather than your standard sort of, you know, full red colour or even full blue colour. It's really odd that they've gone that way, but still, they're the new demons that are going to be part of that Malevolence book. They also showcased this Ares gunship. The gunship, the rules are fantastic. The fact that it forgoes the transport capability of the Orion to fire this big magna cannon is brilliant, but again, I don't like the design of it being cut out for whatever reason. It's just a waste of space. You know, you might as well use that for something. But I understand if it's for sort of cooling purposes, but you'd think that they'd have better kind of cooling you know, mechanisms. It just looks odd having these two, I've forgotten the name, I've forgotten the sailing term for them, but you know what I mean, these two extra cannonades or whatever they're called. Anyway, the Blood Angels Dreadnought with this jump pack looks incredible, beautifully painted. I really like that gold helmet as well on it. The White Scars models look fantastic as always. You know, these inbuilt kind of spears. This guy's got the Thunder Hammer, and this one is holding that spear. And then we've had a little look at the Assault Speeder with the assault cannon and the missile launchers and the Reaper autocannons, it looks like. Then a nice look at the Chapter Master Rolderon, one of the Legion's most iconic champions. His rules are in the new book. And then White Scars, Terminators. You've got the Sons of Khan in black. The hockey team, they look even more like a hockey team now that they've been painted. A little look at the Leviathan Dreadnought there coming out, and then this awesome looking Mechanicum Acastus Knight with his huge conversion beamers, massive beamers there. And then they had a little preview of some more scenery kits for Adeptus Titanicus, and they had a little look at some different knights, it seems, in terms of the Aktaeus, and hopefully we'll get a look at the Warbringer at some point. But you've got different weapon systems here for the Reaver Knights. That looks like some kind of vortex missile, and I can't quite see what that is, but it kind of looks like a Vulcan Megabolter on there. So hopefully we'll get them just enlarged in resin at some point for our Reaver Titans. And then they had a look at Necromunda for this headsman, and a couple of more hired guns. I really like this guy, sort of side holding the bolter, and this one with a his foot splayed onto that piece of pipe. And there's Delac upgrade sprues coming out. Then we had a look at this Willow Rosebark, this Dryad star player for the Halfling squads, and then we get the Halfling squads themselves. How awesome is that? We are closer and closer to getting squats for 40k. This one's even got like some kind of squirrel here. Lots of creativity in that Blood Bowl team. And then you've got season 3 here for Warhammer Underworlds, featuring this really awesome looking lion griffin type creature. Anyway, you've also got these chaos miniatures too, which look pretty awesome. I love these snakes, fantastic looking creatures, and this kind of assassin creature too. And then going up, you've got different types of play for the Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and then some Lord of the Rings models. Looks really, really cool. You've got Chief of King's Knights, and then you've got you can make your own beautiful hobbit holes, it says. You can construct your own, so you've got some of the pieces that will be able to make them, and then you've got ruffian leaders as well, so scouring of the Shire. And then there's a little few photos of some of the cosplay people there. Great effort goes to all the costumes and things that they make. I mean, look at this, fantastic. Amazing. And then here, and you've got some pictures from the background, and then Golden Demon on the way, and then some seminars, and there you go, bursting. Look, so many people there today. Really good show. So that is all of the news, and in particular a focus on the Warhammer Fest UK 2019 live blog. As I say, fortunately I couldn't make it this year. What we'll do now is we'll just carry on with the video as normal. So we'll hop on over to Forge World, have a look at the pre-orders. There's the 2 big pre-orders this weekend, which is the, I say 2, there's actually this Blood Bowl mutated Minotaur. Oh, I didn't see him. Okay, so he's up for pre-order. He'll be available next week. £20. Yeah, quite straightforward. A bit of detail on him. Then you've got the Legion drop pod, the Legion Dreadnought drop pod, should I say. Totally been redesigned. Fantastic kit. And if you want to drop your Leviathan Dreadnought in style, then this is what you're going to use. Would love a couple of these. I really would. But there you go. And then finally the Mechanicum Ordinatus Aktaeus. Massive drill. Ordinatus for the Mechanicum. They normally make these big tracked vehicles that have some kind of big death ray or beam on there. You had it with the big beamer, and also the Bellicosa Volcano Cannon. 113 resin components. It's known to the armies of the Emperor as the Imperial Mole, but its Aktaeus is the sort of official name. That's how big it is. It's pretty huge. There you go. Lots of details on there. You've also got the rules downloads too, for Horus Heresy, 14 hull points, 14 front and side armour. It's got a Terrabrax rocket battery, apparently. and that's quite a decent strength and a good range of a heavy 12 weapon, but it's not the best armor penetration. It's also got a dispersion shield as well, and it's got the 2 turret mounted Volkite culverins. So it's got 6+ invulnerable save, that's alright. It's got a seismic shockwave that it can inflict, which is pretty decent. Anyway, that's the Ordinatus Aktaeus. That's all the pre-orders up for Forge World this week. Let's jump on over to Games Workshop and have a look at these Kill Team Elites pre-orders. So if we just view all and we go from high to low. So we had the Sanctoris, the Sector Sanctoris environment expansion. Right here, you've got these terrain pieces, which was in one of the box sets not that long ago, and some of the Kill Team scenery pieces as well. So they've combined the scenery pieces in one set with a mat for £50. It says double-sided Kill Team game board measuring 22 inches by 30 inches. It doesn't actually show you the mat, as you can see anywhere. It just shows you that, but it is double-sided. Oh, there it is, sorry. It is there. So you've got your cityscape and another sort of cityscape there. They're showing that one on there. Looks all right. Yeah. So that's the Kill Team sector. Then they've got the Solar War limited edition to pre-order again. It says no longer available though, so they should really take that off. You've got Kill Team. This is the Death Guard one with Blight Lord Terminators. Seems pretty good because you're getting that scenery and you're getting all the cards and things for Kill Team, but it is just a Blight Lord Terminator set of miniatures in there, which I think is £35. So for £5 more, you're getting, you know, a fair number of extra bobbins. Then you've got the Orc Kill Team, which again has the same scenery kit and a squad of flash kits, which are really good models, but they did come out, I want to say 2015 now, so that's a good 4 years ago, but they're still really good models. Then you've got Thousand Suns. These came out a fair bit afterwards, these Terminators, these Scarab are called Terminators. Really decent Terminator models. I'm not a big fan of the headdresses, but the weapons themselves, like that autocannon, is worth it just for them. Then you've got Siege of Terror Launch Collection. Again, that was up for pre-order, but straight away out of stock. For £38, you got some cards and some other bits and bobs. Coaster set, look quite interesting. Kill Team Elites. I mean, how many books now do we need to play Kill Team? Is it 3 or 4? I've lost count. But you know, £25 is pretty steep to introduce them. And how many pages is it? Will it say? Yeah, it does. It says 144 pages. That's interesting. I'm pleased that they've done that this time. But it is a softback book, which obviously makes it harder for you to you know, flick through and keep on the page that you're sort of reading from. But it's nice that they've actually put 144 pages. They do say that you need the core manual to use a set. As well as the Kill Team expansion. Okay, so that is what, £75 worth of books or so you now need, and that's if the core book is £25 too. It would be nice to actually have a core version of Kill Team, seeing as they're still releasing it, much like I talked about having a core version of the Deptus Mechanicus. They only brought back the Grandmaster edition, you know, limited stock kind of version of it not that long ago, but again, that would have been good if they had a smaller you know, starter sort of game set. Then you've got Siege of Terror Book 1 hardback available to pre-order. Oh no, it isn't, because it's out of stock again. Maybe they should really ship all of those that were available today, that big picture of them all, put them back in the storeroom and then sell them to people online as well. Hopefully that's going to happen, but you can't get that book. And again, even at £20 for hardback, they've completely underestimated the popularity that these final books will have, and I hope they don't do it again. Then you've got Knights of Caliban paperback, £15. You've got Age of Sigmar, Year 3's Guardians, and Thunderix Profiteers. I think they were up for pre-order last weekend. And then you've got these Space Wolves Funko Pop. Then you've got these Funko Pop figures, £10.99. The only one I kind of like is the Ultramarines one, just because of that helmet. That's pretty cool. Then you've got the Black Library Siege of Terror coaster set. You can get them separately, £10. You've got the Hallowed Knights Black Pyramid paperback for £8.99, Blackstone Fortress for £8.99, and Inferno Volume 3 for £8.99. And finally you've got the Horus Heresy deck of cards for £8. So a fair amount to pre-order. You know, if they did make enough Solar Wars, then that was a big release for them, as was you know, Kill Team Elites. You know, putting together 3 box sets of Elites is pretty cool. But of course they haven't released any Loyalist box sets for them. Maybe they'll release a Terminator set for Space Marines with different scenery pieces in, but as it stands it's just Orcs, Thousand Suns and Death Guard. But I'm a big fan of these sets anyway, and I hope they do more, but they just really need a new starter set for Kill Team to get people into it, and to condense all of these books into you know, one, I would think. I don't think they're going to stop with Elites. I think they're going to move on to heavy support. You know, you having a Dreadnought in a Kill Team game, you know, would be quite fun in my opinion to try and take down, but it's sort of moving closer and closer to a 40k full game. But there we go, that's all of the news and pre-orders and full focus on the Warhammer Fest event today. I won't be covering the event tomorrow, but I will be putting pictures and things on the Instagram. If there's any juicy models and things that I take a fancy to, I'll be putting them all on there. Thank you ever so much for your patience for me putting this video out today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.